Tell me, what's it like being black?
I had a friend say, but as a white person, I find it really hard to talk about race.
Oh. Have you ever been the token black guy at a party? You gotta show your badge that you're like black approved.
Hello, I'm Ashley Delgado, and today we'll be discussing whether or not Hill is doing enough for the Black and Latinx students on campus. Is Hill Black approved? Let's find out on this segment of This Hill Life. Now, before we move on, it's important that the term Afro-Latinx is clarified. So basically, Afro-Latinx just refers to a person from a Latin American country that identifies as Black. So, for example, my family's from Puerto Rico. I identify as Afro-Latinx. Alright? I've been at Hill for 3 years now, and I'm one of the very few students that identify as such, and unfortunately, that is the case for many other minority groups on campus. I have Sage Swaby here, a 4-year student from Brooklyn, who has recently written an article in the Hill News about how she is one of the 4 Black women in her graduating class. We have Sage here to talk about her experience.
I wanted to write the article mainly because I just thought that it wasn't common knowledge. It wasn't something that people really noticed, but it was something that I kind of lived every day. And so I thought I'd be really interested, I guess, just to write an article about it, kind of bring to people's attention, this is kind of the lives that the 4 of us have been experiencing. They're very different, but this is just kind of a generic overview of it. Experience-wise, there are definitely ups and downs. Up being you definitely have a unique experience, and you definitely have a way of life to speak from that a lot of people wouldn't really know what you experience. And a downside would be a lot of people don't understand it. But that goes for any category of anything. If you're kind of the minority in any space, you kind of feel like you have to over-explain yourself or overdo everything.
They say imitation is the highest form of flattery, but what happens when it's not so flattering?
So, has there ever been an instance where you felt your culture has been appropriated?
So, sophomore year Halloween, white male student that he went as Bob Marley for Halloween, and he wore a dreaded, it was one of those it's a Rasta cap, and it had dreads on it. And then he was wearing a shirt that said Jamaica on it. And he was going around pretending he was smoking weed and whatnot because Bob Marley smoked weed. Okay. I remember seeing him and I was wait, what is this? Is he, who is he trying to be? Because obviously I'm not going to think he's going to be Bob Marley because the depiction was horrible. And I was just really concerned as to why he had a dread cap on. At the time, I didn't bring it up to anyone because I didn't really know who to approach about it or really how to go about it.
Don't you have something better to worry about?
No. Actually, cultural appropriation is something to worry about, especially since it's alive and well on campus. We just heard from Sage, and I also had the privilege of talking to Sarah Bonnebo, who explained that while cultural appropriation has made her uncomfortable, she has never went to the administration about it out of fear of being brushed off. Now, for those of you who don't know, cultural appropriation entails taking from a marginalized group of people without permission and usually with little respect or knowledge about the culture. Now, in the case of cornrows, for example, technically anyone can wear their hair in cornrows, and on campus lately there has been sprinkles of white people having their hair in cornrows. However, the issue with this is that they don't know their privilege. And when I say privilege, I mean the fact that cornrows traditionally is an African style. Yet Black people are still constantly being stigmatized in society for wearing them, and that's the problem. Now we have Mame Asante, a 3-year student from Staten Island, who's here to talk about her experience as a Black woman on campus.
Oh my gosh, that could be started. It's gotten better as I've gotten older, and in terms of microaggressions, I kind of expected it to happen, but at the same time I was not really prepared for it. This girl asked me she's I heard that you don't wash your hair, is that true? And I was no, who told you that? I do wash my hair, and even if I didn't, that's none of your business. But I was just shook, and then it come to find out that my roommate was telling people that I don't wash my hair. So just stuff like that, it's just so stupid.
Did you feel comfortable going to a faculty member to complain about that?
I didn't, and I wish that there's someone that I could have talked to but it like I told like a couple of friends, but it never went past that. It was just something like, oh my god, like why would they say that? Like, and there's no one that I felt like I could like talk to about that.
Alright, so we've just heard from a number of voices on campus, and I hope that you learned something. I'm Ashley, and this is This Whole Life. So special thanks to the interviewees, Drake for his song Nice for What, and YouTube channels Mashable and Decoded for making their content available.